Good evening. Welcome to the next episode of Principles of Leadership. We at SHA Data University help freshers and professionals to build their career in database technology to become a leader in database technology and to continue with the leadership. Never tell people how to do things. Tell them what to do, and they will surprise you with their ingenuity. So, to continue with this, today my guest is Phani Chitti. He is a director of pre-sales. So, let's call him on board and we will discuss what are the principles that he follows and what he suggests to all of you who are becoming a leader in their respective domains and who has got a dream to become a leader in their upcoming career. So, welcome, Mr. Funny.
Hi, Sanjay.
Hi,
Good to
hi.
meet you, and thanks for having me here.
Okay, great. So, can you just give me a brief about yourself, your journey to become a leader in your domain?
Sure, Sanjay, and I think that will set the right platform for our discussion also.
Right.
So good, you know, for everyone to know, not every good leader is born, as a leader, maybe, right? Sometimes it has to start from a humble career and then take up whatever comes, do it well, so that you get the next task, and that's how you progress. So that's
Right.
what happened in my career. I'm an MBA from an Usmania University, which is in Hyderabad in Andhra Pradesh at that time, and that was not into one of the top institutes to say, so to say. But MBA was a very good experience I had. I had a lot of exposure in terms of working on the case studies and working on the live projects in summer and all that. So the reason I took up MBA is because I have that passion to be among the people and perform
That is
and
very
actually take
important.
people along. Right, exactly. So that's where I started my career into writing after MBA. Actually, had a 6 month stint of sales as well, and then shifted myself into market research, company research, business analysis. So I worked in a couple of companies, and it almost for first about 8 to 9 years. So after that, that's the time when I got a chance to start leading team as well with my experience. So maybe I would say leadership has come very natural to me because I like people and I like to also help them to grow in their careers.
Great.
So, so it's been last 7 to 8 years that I've been growing as a leader, um, from a first-time manager to a senior manager, and from there to currently a director. But along the way, thankful to my personal circle, I also had a chance to build my own business along with the job, and that entrepreneurship opportunity exposure also helped me in developing my leadership. That's what I would say.
Okay. So, now, what are the principles that you follow as a leader?
Sure, yeah. In fact, there is no one answer or any bookish answer for this question.
Right.
Principles of leadership is very personalized, right? Whatever I developed as my principles uh, came out very naturally, unknowingly. Not that I planned to do those, but as my personality goes, and when the situations came in front of me, I had to develop those, right? So, if I have to summarize all of them, which I followed, into about three major principles. First thing I would say is a good leader is a holistic visionary. You know, if you get into
Yes.
any project, a leader should have the vision of endpoint. They should know what exactly is the outcome. Process can be rediscovered, or it can be figured out, but leaders should have that vision of what is the endpoint or the real result which we are aiming for, right? And then that's when he has to begin the journey. When you visualize and if you can articulate that vision to your team as well, there are so many people who will put their heart into executing stuff, because people are looking for inspiration. Knowledge and skills are there, in the
Right.
market. What is lacking in current generation is that inspiration, so leader can bring that
Yeah.
with his vision. And secondly, what I would say is, leader has to become one among the team members, right? He
Mm.
can't live his life by being away from him, from the team, and say that I'm a leader, so I just monitor people. No, that
It will not
generation is
work.
gone right now,
Yeah, it
right?
will
One
not work
good leader,
nowadays.
yeah, good leader has to become part of the team, become a good friend for the whole team members, understand their strengths, and
You
actually
have to
have a lot of
motivate them.
right. Keep listening to what their concerns are, or on a day-to-day basis, just be with them, and I would say break the bread with them. While eating, you know more about people. So have a good personal time with them, understand them, empathize if they are going through any challenges in life. Better to empathize, because you are also the person who came from there, in their position.
Yeah,
So always leader should
exactly.
put himself into the shoes of their team members, and that is where he will understand the real motivating factor, I would say, or maybe whatever is the delta which has to be achieved, right? And thirdly and finally, what I would say is that leader is the one who can empower others, right? There should not be any insecurity feeling. For example, if I have a team of people and they lack some knowledge, but I have, because of my experience, as a leader I should never feel insecure to teach whatever I know to them,
Right.
right? I should pass on the knowledge as much as possible, and empower them. That the real leadership is all about creating a society where there is no requirement for a leader, basically, right? So
Yes.
make yourself redundant, I would say. As a good leader, you always should be able to duplicate what you can do, and let others also do it in spite of your absence. If I
Yeah.
have to be present to get execute things, then I'm still a manager. I have to manage things. As a leader, I have to step out from the whole position, whole scenario there. Still, the process has to go on as smoothly as when I was there. So that is a
Yeah.
real mark. So
Basically, you have to develop the next generation to become a leader.
exactly, creates more leaders. Real leader is the one who can create more leaders.
Right.
So these are the top three, I would say, because having a vision and being empathetic to others, and then create more and more leaders. That's the way leadership has to be developed, with my
Okay.
experience.
So you suggest these three principles to all our professionals who wants to become leader in their respective domains, right? Or is
Yes.
there anything else that you want to suggest to them, the upcoming leaders?
Yeah, when it comes to upcoming leaders, I'm sure, of course, these will come into their picture, and it will help them. But to begin with, they have to have the strong hold on the day job. What is to be done? So what is the subject matter expertise? What are all the nitty gritties of the job? Understand it thoroughly. That is the first step always. So being a leader, I can never fumble. If I don't know few things in my domain, I may not derive that respect from the team, which I need to get. Right.
Yes.
And then second thing is also identify all your team members' strengths, because as a leader, you should be a person who
Mhm.
can place right people at the right job.
Right. Yes, right.
Right. Same job can be divided, and all people may not be equally talented. Right. Everyone has their own shortcomings and also their great abilities. So you should know as a leader where to place whom, and with that they will also feel being productive, and they will work on their full potential, and that
Right.
becomes a synergetic team. It's not just a team, it's not just 1 plus 1 is 2. It will become 1 plus 1 is equal to 11 if
Right.
the team is properly placed. So as a leader, you should learn how to understand their strengths and place them in the right place. And always, second, most important thing is always appreciate people in public.
Mm.
Never criticize them in public. Always criticize if at all you have to. Don't even criticize, just give a feedback, but it has to be done in a private.
Right.
But whenever there is an opportunity to appreciate and clap for them, never miss it. I say that is a golden opportunity.
Yeah.
Because
And
appreciation
that
is
will
something
motivate.
motivate, absolutely. Appreciation is something which the whole society is missing, and people are doing great job, but there's no one to clap for them. So as a leader, if you can do that, you will win their hearts, and they will perform tomorrow, right? And also, most important thing is, as a good leader, you have to be a good networker also. in that domain. You should
Yes.
know who knows great knowledge, who can influence, and you have to create those connections. Maybe you have to do some service, free service to others, and gain that respect and get the connection so that any day your team might need something which you can always help them, right? So yeah, these are the few, I would not say suggestions, but few things which I followed which helped me. I would like to share them.
Yeah, even a few thing myself also. I also learned that I will also implement in my team also. Yeah, great. And now next is many fresher graduates from different streams uh, and even professionals wants to transfer their career into cloud. So, what will be your suggestion, and what will be the path they should follow?
Right. Yeah, in fact, I would say everything starts with a proper reason, real purpose. So let them ask themselves what is the reason they want to transform themselves into cloud career, right? So is it because it looks fancy, it will pay a lot? Maybe those are not the reasons which will motivate you for a long term. So
Right.
identify your reasons. Maybe it should also match with your strengths, basically. And then once you identify that this is the field you want to be, stick to basics. Get into the basics first. Understand every technical aspect. Maybe you have to go and do some certifications. There are so many certifications, and need not be every certification has to be for the purpose of showing off to others, right? If I just do a certification, I don't have to put that into my resume to feel that it resume's value will improve. That may not really, because knowledge speaks it for itself. So if you know the basics and you go through the certification, you have to work hard towards it, and do some practical case studies and understand, and also be volunteer yourself for doing some free projects for somebody who's also already in the field, probably, right? If given a chance. So
Right.
don't feel that they are not paying you initially. That's fine, because your purpose is to gain knowledge, that practical knowledge, and that can happen only when you volunteer yourself, right? And
Right.
that also builds more relationships in the field. So again, being a networker always helps in this field, in this growth pattern also, and pick up that jargon, right? Every industry has a different jargon. So
Mm.
cloud industry also has its own. If I talk to somebody within about 5 to 10 minutes, I know whether that person has knowledge or not, based on
Right.
what are the words he is using, right? He
Yes.
might muck up some answers, but when I'm asking some questions which are kind of twisted, but still is able to answer with proper jargon, that means he knows the subject, right?
Yeah.
So the real learning is when you internalize that knowledge and automatically you're speaking that language,
Yeah.
right? And then of course keep observing what's going on in terms of growth paths and patterns, and push yourself. Sometimes you have to get into some discomfort, right? And you might have to do little beyond what your regular job is. So in terms of doing certifications, or attending some webinars, or also getting into some online discussions, and
Mm. That will help.
you put yourself into that environment, basically.
Yeah, you are correct. Like only certification will not let them into industry, because nowadays industry needs skill manpower, not only the knowledgeable manpower. Because unless and until you do some projects, live projects, you cannot become a skilled as per industry needs. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. So
So
never, to conclude, what if I have to suggest, when you stick to the basics and try for practical knowledge along with certifications, never push yourself to get a lot of pay. Pay will come if you are having that skill set and knowledge, right?
yes.
The market is already paying a lot of people so high because of what they have, right? Pay
Yeah.
doesn't come first, knowledge comes first, right? So focus
Right.
on what you have to do, and
So
automatically you get what you
yeah. That is the thing I used to tell to my all our candidates who are learning database technology and all. If you are skilled enough, then money is a byproduct. You will definitely get lots of money. But first thing is that you have to be a skilled DBA. Like now our main niche is to make freshers and professionals database administrator. Mainly, we are dealing with Cloud DBA, Oracle. So yeah, it's the thing that will help to all the freshers and professionals who are willing to become a leader in their technologies, in their respective domains. Yeah. So anything else that you suggest to all our candidates apart from like knowledge and live projects?
Sure, yeah. See, in any field, what helps you is more than the hard skills, it is the soft skills. So hard
Right.
skills can you take you to certain level. Beyond that, if you want to grow, become a person who's very transparent. You explain. I mean, you can showcase what you know, but you can also be fiercely honest that you don't know few things. That's what helps, in building the trust about you to the people in the industry, and genuinely be interested with others, and always focus on developing yourself as a person.
Right.
Right, things will fall in place, and there's not, don't be panicking, don't compare yourself with others, because everyone have to play their own game in their life.
Their own. Right.
And yeah, nobody else's game is to be compared with us, right? Because they have a different equipment, they have a different field. I am into my own field. So have that faith about yourself. God has made you. Nobody, God doesn't make junk for sure, right? If he
Right.
has made you, brought you onto the earth, then I'm sure he has given whatever is required for your growth. And career is just one part of your life. Take it like that and look at the whole life holistically, and you will enjoy it. And enjoying every step of the way is the right way to go for. And
Exactly.
along the way, you will also believe that there will be a day where you are going to help others.
Mm.
Right now, maybe
Yeah.
you are seeking for help, but not far away, that in a couple of years, maybe you'll be in a position that you are also guiding others. So always
Right.
have that vision for yourself, so that what the journey becomes more exciting.
Yeah.
And that's my closing thoughts, probably.
Yeah. Thank you for your great suggestion, and I hope all our viewers are got in means enough whatever messages they will utilize that. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, uh, Funny, for your time.
Yeah.
It's
My
great
pleasure.
talking to you.
My pleasure, Sanjay. Thanks for bringing me here, and I also appreciate you for taking this initiative to help all the newcomers into the industry.
Right.
And I'm also looking forward to watch more other podcasts you do and learn from them too, other videos.
Right.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Basically, at our time, we no one was there to guide us. So then we thought, why not we start this thing for the freshers and professionals who are stuck or
Definitely,
who are not getting proper career guidance.
definitely, it's a great initiative. I'm sure students will take best advantage of it.
Right. So thanks for your time, Funny, and we'll meet
Have a
later
good day.
on.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.